year did you record your DVD?
2004.
Can you tell us a little bit about that experience? Would you mind?
Not at all. I had thought about making a DVD project for years, and matter of fact, I had put together other projects where I really did it on a shoestring budget. I, would just hire a handful of video guys. They all had their cameras, and I said, I want you to be stationed around the room. You're going to record this, and then we're going to put it all together and see how it turns out. Generally, I learned the hard way that that was kind of a waste of time and money to do it that way. I mean, I hate to sound so, I don't know, so harsh to say that it was a waste of time, but at least for me, what I'm saying is I was always disappointed with the results of doing it that way. Finally, I just decided, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I really want to do it right. And in order to do that, I'm going to need to be willing to spend some money. And I actually found a couple of guys that were willing to front the money for me, which that is a story in and of itself. Finding people that are actually willing to invest in what you're doing. But I ended up spending about, I'm going to say $30,000 on that project. What you get from that is a professional team of videographers. There's a truck and a switcher and a director and all the elements really that are necessary to put together a project that technically is something that you can be proud of. And so having assembled that, having come up with the money, I looked all around for what I would consider to be a good venue. I tried to figure out ways, okay, here's a great venue. It holds about 1,000 people. Now how on earth am I going to fill this place so that I have a decent audience there? And of course, we just promoted it like crazy. I actually went to a couple of the youth groups, and we sort of had a competition to see who could bring the most people in. We sold tickets to that, but the ticket sales I gave back to those youth groups so that there would be incentive for them. This would become a fundraiser for them. I had already covered the cost of the video project. Now my highest priority was just making sure that we had an audience there. I actually did the show twice. We had an afternoon show and an evening show. As it turns out, that was a good thing because there were some technical issues that we had to get resolved before the evening show, so I didn't use any of the footage from the afternoon show. So it was a lot of trial and error, but at the end of the day, what I finally had was video footage that I felt proud of, that we could assemble into a DVD, and actually I would have a product that I would be able to sell. I, of course, was, mostly concerned about this project paying for itself. And it's done quite well. I've sold, I think the last count is somewhere around 20,000 copies, that DVD, which is a huge success. It's nothing like what you hear, Jeff Dunham, millions of copies. But for a project like that, that's a pretty huge number. And I would attribute that to just the fact that I had something that I was proud of.